Hi, Kevin here. Well, I made hot dog buns the other day, and they were so delicious that I wanted to make another batch this morning so that I can share the recipe with you. Now, this is what the buns look like. So they are nicely browned on the outside, and the inside is soft and pillowy. Really delicious. Okay, I'll go over the ingredients as we use them. All right, to save time today, I'm going to use the stand mixer outfitted with the dough hook. But you could absolutely mix and knead this dough entirely by hand. And the first ingredient you need is 1/3 cup of warm water. This is heated to between 110 and 115 degrees Fahrenheit. Just put that in the mixing bowl. Then add 2 1/4 teaspoons of dry active yeast. Give that a quick whisk just to dissolve the yeast. Then add 1 1/2 tablespoons of sugar. And 1 cup of lukewarm milk. Now, this has been scalded and then cooled to about 110 degrees. And I just scald the milk in the microwave. You'll know the milk is scalded when it develops a little film at the top. In it goes. Now, special ingredient. I'm going to add 2 tablespoons of non-fat dry milk powder. This contributes to the softness of the hot dog buns. Give that a quick whisk. And then add 1 1/2 tablespoons of either vegetable shortening or softened butter. And finally, add 1 1/2 teaspoons of salt. There's 1 1/2. Okay. And then have to add the flour. Now, this is 3 1/2 cups of scooped and leveled flour. And I did weigh it, and the weight is 498 grams. So this is all-purpose flour, by the way. I'm going to add about half of the flour right now. And then hook up the mixer. And then you want to knead the dough first at low speed until the flour just becomes moistened. Actually, we're not kneading the dough just yet. We're just mixing the ingredients. Okay, then add the remaining flour. Then you want to knead the dough again for 8 to 10 minutes or until the dough is smooth and elastic and not at all sticky. You want to do this first at low speed and then at medium-low and then finally at medium speed. This is going to take 8 to 10 minutes, so I will come back. While the dough is kneading, I wanted to mention that if you've never mixed and kneaded bread dough by hand, be sure to watch my video for basic white bread. In that video, I walk you through the whole process of hand kneading yeast dough. All right, I'll put a link to that video in the description box below. All right, we'll come back when the bread is fully kneaded. All right, the dough has been kneading for about 8 minutes. Yeah, it's not at all sticky. Just pulling it off of the dough hook here. Let's have a look at this. And you want to scrape it out of the bowl. You can't even see. Let me move you down. Okay, so now you want to form the dough. Look how beautiful this is, very smooth. So now you want to form the dough into a ball, and to do that, just pull the edges of the dough under, like this, and then grab a clean bowl, and you want to grease the bowl. I used shortening here. You could use vegetable spray to grease your bowl, and then put the dough in the bowl and then flip the dough to grease the other side. Then cover the dough either with a damp, a barely damp kitchen towel or with cling film. Okay, and then let me move you up so I can talk with you. Yeah, put the dough in a warm location just until it doubles in volume. That's going to take between 90 minutes and 2 hours. So we'll come back when this dough is ready. All right, the dough has definitely doubled in volume. So now gently deflate it. It's a beautiful dough. And then I want to weigh the dough. And I'll show you why in just a moment. I have my little digital scale here. 875 grams. So now cancel that out. And I want to divide this dough into 12 pieces so that I can have 12 hot dog buns. So what did I say? 875 grams divided by 12 is 72.9 grams. Okay, hold on, I'm going to wash my hands because cell phones are very dirty things. I'm going to wash my hands and then we'll cut this dough into 12 pieces. Okay, so I'm weighing out the dough. Now, you don't have to be this fussy. You can just divide the dough by eye into 12 pieces. I'm just being fussy because I want all of my hot dog buns to be of equal size. There we go, 73 grams, close enough. Okay, I'm going to finish weighing these out and then I'll come right back. All right, I weighed out all of the dough and now I'm just forming the pieces into tight little balls. This is exactly how you make hamburger buns. And what you do is you take a segment of dough and just flatten it out to remove any air bubbles, like this, and then fold the ends under. Yeah, we did this when we made Japanese milk bread rolls and when we made the aforementioned hamburger buns. Yeah, I'll try to put links to those videos in the description below. And then after you've made the little ball, you want to roll it on a non-floured surface just to create a perfect little sphere. Okay, now we have to form the hot dog buns. And the length of your hot dogs or sausages will determine the length of the hot dog buns. I'm going to be using these Beyond Meat, Beyond Sausage things. These are vegan sausages and they are 5 inches long. Okay, let me pop this back into the refrigerator. And now I'm going to form the hot dog buns. And there are many ways to do this. This is how I do it. Flatten out one of the balls of dough. And then I'm going to dig your fingertips into the dough. And at the same time, stretch the dough. So we're aiming for 5 inches in length. It helps to have a ruler here. Yeah, somehow putting these little indentations in the dough helps the dough to become more malleable so you can stretch it to any length you like. All right, we are there. And then take the long end of the dough and roll it up as if you were rolling a cigar. Maybe I'll do it this way so you can see a little better. And then pinch the seam to seal it. And then take the ends and poke them in and pinch to seal. Let's see if we're still at 5 inches. Yes, we are. Now, after pinching, if your little cigar is too short, just roll it like this to the length you want. And then, when you finish each little cylinder, put it on a parchment lined or Silpat lined baking sheet. Okay, and I'm going to finish forming all of these little balls of dough, and then I'll come back. All right, I have 2 segments of dough remaining, so I thought I'd go ahead and show you the hot dog forming technique again. So I'm just flattening out this disc, and then push your fingertips into the dough. And then let me turn it this way. Roll from the long end. Let me move you down a little bit. Yeah, start at the long end and just roll it up. And I pull every time I make a roll, I pull. I roll and then pull. Roll and pull. And then pinch the seam together tightly to seal it. And I say tightly because you don't want these things to unravel as they puff in the oven. And then do this. Make sure you're at 5 inches or whatever length you want. And then you want to put this seam side down on the baking sheet. And I'm spacing mine this way. So they're fairly close to each other. I'd say roughly 1 inch apart. Ideally, you want them to touch as they rise. And then you'll have pull-apart hot dog buns. Okay, last one. And if you already have the idea, feel free to just fast forward this video. Okay, roll and pull. Pinch. You just have to be patient while you're making these. Hot dog buns are, well, they take just a little bit more effort than hamburger buns because you have to form the cylinders. We have 5 inches. Yes, we are. Okay, seam side down on the baking sheet. Okay. And then you want to cover these either with greased cling film, or I'm going to use, move you out, I'm going to use a barely damp flour sackcloth to cover the hot dog buns. Okay, and then once again put this in a warm location until the hot dog buns double in volume, and that's going to take probably 30 to 45 minutes. We'll come back. Also, preheat your oven to 400 degrees Fahrenheit. Okay, see you in a bit. All right, the hot dog buns have all doubled in volume. It only took about 30 minutes. So now what I'm doing is brushing the tops with egg wash. This is 1 egg whisked with about a teaspoon of water. I only have the last 2 to brush. The egg wash is going to give the buns that gorgeous golden glow. All right, and then these go into the preheated 400 degree Fahrenheit oven until they puff and turn brown and they sound hollow when wrapped with the fingers. So that's going to take about 20 minutes, so we'll come back when these are done. All right, here they are, fresh out of the oven. Hot dog buns. Let's see, can you see this all right? Move you out a little bit. Okay, now, since I like soft-topped hot dog buns, what I do is immediately brush the tops with melted butter. Yeah, the butter ensures that the tops won't become hard. It also gives them a little shine. And you want to do this while the buns are still quite hot. And as you can see, the buns have all puffed to the point where they touch each other, which is great because that means the sides won't be colored. It's exactly how I like my hot dog buns. Let me give you a close-up. Well, I think they look even better than the ones that I made yesterday. All right, now I'm going to let these cool to room temperature and then I'll show you what to do next. All right, so the buns are not quite at room temperature, but I wanted to show you what to do if you plan to freeze the buns, as I plan to do. And look at this. Just pull them apart. Oh, they are really beautiful, if I do say so myself. Then what I do is split the buns down the side, and then I freeze them. Of course, don't freeze them until they've really achieved room temperature. This way, when you thaw the buns, they're already split. You don't have to worry about that. Okay? Now, I'm not going to taste of one because I already know they're totally delicious. And we're going to be enjoying some of these buns with our dinner tonight. And I may, here, let me move the camera up so I can talk with you. Yeah, I may film our dinner tonight. We're going to enjoy these buns with the vegan sausages that I showed you earlier. So here they are again. And I hope you will give these buns a try someday. They're not hard to do, and believe me, they are better than any hot dog buns you could possibly buy in the supermarket. Okay, thank you so much for watching. I'll post the list of ingredients in the description below, and I will also link the other videos that I mentioned earlier. Okay, thanks so much for watching. Bye for now.